From This Corner with John Ball is brought to you by KNEO 91.7 The Word.
Good morning, I'm John Ball. I'm From This Corner, and I tell you what, I begin every interview with, in light of the pandemic, and I will be so glad when I can quit saying that one of these days. But in light of the pandemic, I have Terry Cook. Terry Cook is the president of the Neosho Food Basket Brigade that's been going on for 33 years. Terry, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Now, in light of the pandemic, for many, many years, the city of Neosho has taken up food. We've had FFA groups, we've had church groups, we've had people from all over collect food and be able to take it to people or actually set up a place. I want to make that clear because as of this point, you're kind of a group without a home, and you have to go different places every year, but people register and they say, hey, I've got a real need at Christmas time especially, and I need some food. Where do I go to do that? And it's going to be a little bit different this year, isn't it?
It is. It'll be a drive-through. The Newton County Food Basket Brigade this year is going to be a drive-through. Nobody's going to get out of their cars. You'll drive around the building. We'll check you in, come up to the door, and we'll have somebody load your groceries, so you never even have to get out of your car this year.
Okay, and that's going to be at the Newton County Fairgrounds, right?
That's going to be at the Newton County Fairgrounds, and our appreciation for the Newton County Fair Board is so grateful for that because, like I said, we don't have a permanent home, and they've been gracious enough to let us use their building.
Well, you know, I have found that the Newton County Fairgrounds, because it's outside and because it can handle a large group of people, have been used for not only this but several different issues. And I agree, Newton County Board is very gracious in order to allow people to use this so they can come in and they can gather in at least as safe a place as possible. So we're grateful for that to happen. And this is going to happen starting the 19th, which is a week from Saturday, and the first appointment is at 8 o'clock, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Our first appointments will fire off around 8 o'clock.
Okay, well, tell me just a little bit of the history of the Food Basket Brigade.
If people who are familiar with the history of KBTN radio when it was downtown, Dave Weingartner, this is something that him and his wife invented pretty much. They had this vision. And if you recall, back in the day, there used to be a semi-trailer parked down there by the old radio station, and it would have a banner on it that said Newton County Food Basket Brigade. For example, it might say, our goal this year is like 60,000 pounds of food or 100,000 pounds of food. And that's where this thing actually came to be. And it's just grown and grown ever since. We're a 501c3 organization. We've used to be in the Armory. You guys remember that? We were in the Armory for years and years and years. And around 2009, something like that, the Armory got changed over to the dispatch center. It was no longer the Armory. So we had to bounce around and find a new place to have our Food Basket Brigade. So we've been to, it was the old Scholastic building, just west of the old Dollar General. We were there for a couple of years. We were at the Mills, the old Mills Appliance across from Big Spring Park. We've been down in North College, just north of MGE, in an old garage there. And we move around where we have to because we don't have any permanent buildings. We don't have any paid staff, zero. We pay nothing for any type of anything. We have to pay for a little bit of insurance, a little bit of postage, and we have a P.O. box because we have to have our donations sent to that. But other than that, there is no money going out for anybody on this. We try to kick every penny right back into the people as much as possible. And what's really good about this event, we've had a lot of other counties that approached us and say, how can we get this started? How can we get this started? With Newton County, we are just so lucky to have some of the best people on the face of the earth living in this county and supporting this event. Everybody's really gotten on board to this, and it just gets bigger every year.
Terry, you and I have known each other for a lot of years, and I think you would agree with me that it is great to live in southwest Missouri. And here's one of the reasons why. When there's a crisis, when things happen, we don't just throw up our hands and say, done, it's over with. People gather together and they rally to the cause. And I'm assuming that, again, this year that's happened, right?
Oh my goodness! This year we were like everybody, we were kind of skeptical and thinking, well, how's this going to work? Because we were kind of skeptical about having schools collect food. We were skeptical about community-wide pickup because of the atmosphere we're in right now. Well, what it turned out is the schools called us and said, "Hey, are we going to do this?" And we said, "We'll leave it up to you." And every school in Neosho said, "Hey, we're on board. We're doing it." And so the same thing with community-wide pickup. It's like, are we not doing community-wide pickup? We had several civic groups that go around town, have certain parts of town assigned to them to pick up food. And then we said, well, do you want to? And they go, we've already got our team together. So it's actually one of those things where they actually came to us and it's like, hey, we're doing this. There's no question about it. No matter what kind of atmosphere we're living in, we're collecting food for this. So that just tells me the kind of character of the people that live in this county, what they think of their neighbors.
Now, I will say that, yeah, I agree with you 100%. Unfortunately, there has to be a stopping point, and that stopping point is registration was taken up until the 12th. So if you were registered before the 12th of December, then the Food Basket Brigade personnel will get a hold of you, and they've already given you a date. As we said, the very first person can pick up at 8 o'clock on Saturday morning the 19th, right?
That's correct. That's when our first appointment started, 8 o'clock. You betcha.
Okay, is there anything else we've got to say? I think that Newton County, because this is not just Neosho, this is Newton County as well. People come from all over the county and pick up things when they're in need. So if you're one of those people and you're already registered, there's going to be a Christmas dinner waiting for you to pick up at the Newton County Fairgrounds, and it is brought to you by the Neosho Food Basket Brigade, and it starts at 8 o'clock that morning, right?
That's correct. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Terry, would you do me a favor and tell all of those folks that are volunteers, and my goodness, there's a bunch of them, because as I said, Newton County people, specifically Neosho people, rally to the cause when it's necessary, and here is a cause, here is a need, and we're going to take care of it ourselves. Would you give them my very best and thank them, and can I be among the first to wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year?
Oh, I thank you very much for that, and right back at you, buddy, and your family. But we live in a great place down here, and it's everybody. It's a huge team effort from the people giving us the food to the people that are volunteering out there. It would not happen if it wasn't for all these wonderful people.
All right, thanks, Terry. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a great day.
Bye bye.